Hey YouTube, DanOttawa here, the best third/fourth tier Pokemon battler in the world, coming at you with my possibly last team for Great League. I may do one more tomorrow, but this team I wanted to use Abomasnow. It's a Shadow Abomasnow, and I use an Abomasnow in the Ultra League, and it is extremely spammy, and it hits pretty hard. And the Shadow version in the Great League fits that criteria as well. It's obviously much more glassy, but it charges extremely fast. And even in those, like, unless you are against like a Talonflame, even in those bad matchups, you can spam the Weather Balls to force shields. Paired it with an Azu because I haven't actually used it much, and I'm not seeing as many Nidoqueens anymore. So I paired it with an Azu to deal with like the Talonflames. And then I did Deox as my main counter user slash safe swap. Not so much safe swap anymore, but I'm using it as safe swap. And you'll see in a few of these battles, I had to maneuver around, especially this first one. I submitted this as another one of the game of the weeks because I had to maneuver. I lost lead, I lost switch, I lost the even on the third switch. So let's just start with that game and you'll see what I mean here. So in this first game, there is an Abomasnow leading into an Obstagoon. So obviously a terrible matchup. I'm going to go into Deox. So the counters are doing good, but the problem is he can throw Night Slash here. You don't want to shield up the first Night Slash because if they get the boost, you need to shield up the second one, but it still chunks. And unfortunately, here comes in Galarian Stunfisk. So the only positive is my counters are doing good damage, but everything I throw here is resisted, so this is just all wasted energy. But I need to throw something because I need to burn the switch clock. They're likely just to go for the Earthquake here, so I'm going to shield. And I'm just going to keep building up the counters as much as I can, and I realize my switch clock is almost up. So I throw the Psycho Boost, thinking I can get out of this and catch this move on my Azu. So immediately switch out, catch the Rock Slide on the Azu. So that's my first good move because that absorbs some of this energy. I'm now able to go down a bit here, and they bring in their own Azu. So they have energy, and they brought in their Azu. So this is not great because I don't have Play Rough here, so I can only throw Hydro Pumps, which is obviously resisted. So I'm glad I had a bit of energy. I got lucky in this mirror match because they also threw Hydro Pumps. So I got lucky there. I'm going to throw the second one here, and it's going to put them decently low, but I switch immediately into Abomasnow because I want to get ahead on energy air because I know I have losing matchups all around. I just don't want to get farmed down here. I know they're going to come in eventually with something, and it's a Stunfisk. But this is why I wanted Abomasnow, because if they came in with their Obstagoon, I was loaded with energy I could throw, and now the Galarian Stunfisk, I had to shield, but now I can throw here, and I still have energy to throw at whatever comes in. And they shield that, so they just thought they can get to a Rock Slide, but I'm loaded here, so now I burn the shield, and I got this, unless they want to now come in with the Obstagoon and farm, which is also a possibility. Which they come with the Obstagoon, but I'm spammy, so I'm going to get to this move, realize that my switch clock is up again, so I'm going to switch into my Azu to absorb this Night Slash damage because it would hit for resisted. So I'm able to absorb the Night Slash damage. They come with their own Azu, so they're going to be able to get off a move here. Luckily, it's just an Ice Beam. So I'm going to get off Ice Beam myself. If the game allows me to, get off the Ice Beam. And this will not take them out, but I can go in with my Deox now, counter down, take this out, have energy for the whatever's left, but they realize it's over at that point. So that is how I maneuvered around multiple times to stay in that game. So Sableye. Sableye has been a pain in the butt this whole season because I don't want to run Charmers. So I'm trying to figure out what to use with it. And Abomasnow is pretty good because you'll win. You decide if you want to win or not. So here I use one shield because I'm Shadow, and it would hurt. But I get to this first one. They shield. I'm already at a second one, and they decide to let this go. It does not KO, and they will get another foul playoff, so I have to shield. But I can now counter down, or Powder Snow down, and I'll be down a shield, but I'll be loaded with energy for whatever comes in. And they give up switch and come in with a Skarmory. And this is what I'm talking about. Skarmory hurts with the wing attacks, but the Powder Snow and the Weather Balls chip to 50% damage. So now I can come in with my Azu, and it's already low enough that an Ice Beam plus these bubbles will take it out. So I'm just going to build up a bit, so I have a bit of extra energy for whatever comes in next. But I'm going to get this Ice Beam off. So if they want to get off like a Brave Bird here, they have to shield, and they don't. So that goes down. So they lost some energy there. Up next, they bring in the Meganium. And this is why I'm glad I have some energy on the Abomasnow, because I'm going to need that energy ball later, or the Weather Ball later. So the first Ice Beam, which is great, because now I am going to be taken out here. They are properly counting and farming, so they're going to have energy. But Deox is pretty tanky, that between the counters and a Psycho boost, that will be enough to draw a shield or take it out. And they're not going to get to another Frenzy beforehand. So I'm going to throw the Psycho boost here. They have to respect it or else it's going to take them out. And I'm immediately going to snipe with my Abomasnow. Loaded energy takes this out, and this game is over. Because I can now just Powder Snow down the Sableye. So that's what I'm talking about. The Abomasnow is so spammy and hits so hard. It's a great Pokemon to use. Pelipper, this is another one where good recognition of my opponent here, because the wing attacks are doing a ton of damage. So they don't even try to like build up to the Hurricane. They just go for the Weather Ball. I know it's resisted, so I'm gonna let it go. But between that and the wing attacks, they're gonna just be able to wing attack me down. So I'm gonna have to start throwing here. I built up to the Energy Ball, but I'm just throwing the Weather Ball. I get one shield. I don't think I'm going to get to an Energy Ball, so I'm just going to do some chip damage here to lower, and they double shield, which is an interesting play. So now I'm going to come in with my Azu, because they can only throw a Hurricane to hurt me here. They have built up a lot, so I think I'll probably shield, and it's just a Weather Ball bait, so that's not ideal. But I'm going to get I have energy stored, and I saw them switch, and because I'm running Thunderbolt on my Deox, this is definitely a favorable matchup for me. I'm going to let this first one go, because it's just a player off on Deox is tanky, and get this Thunderbolt off. And the problem is you still need 2 Thunderbolts to take out an Azu here. So if they're going to get to another move here, I'm going to have to shield this up, because it would put me pretty low. And I don't know what their other Pokemon is yet. So I'm going to build up a bit more and throw the Thunderbolt. I now have some energy for whatever comes in here. And it's going to be the Galarian Sunfist. So I immediately come in and snipe, because I'm assuming they did not know my count. And I'm going to get the Hydro Pump off here. And getting that Hydro Pump off makes this a much easier win, because even if they can Earthquake, it's only going to do about 50% here. They do come in with the Pelipper and snipe, and they do have a Hurricane, because I remember this match, I was like, oh man, they did have their Hurricane. So now I need to get off a Thunderbolt to take this out and hope that I can counter down before the Galarian Stunfisk gets anything off. And I can, because they just dumped their energy on the Earthquake against the Azu. In this next match, you have a Swampert. So good lead for me, because it's resisted, and out comes the Sableye. And like I mentioned earlier, I need, although I have a good matchup on the Swampert with my Abomasnow, I like the matchup of the Abomasnow versus Sableye. Looking back, I maybe should have ditched earlier, because Azu obviously has a great match against Sableye too. So I probably should have jumped earlier. But I'm able to draw both shields and then come in here. The problem is this is probably a return, and that's going to do a good amount of damage here. And I'm building up, and they catch on a Skarmory, which is a really good catch, because they know that's a sign of a good player when they're counting I'm counting their moves for when I want to time my throws, but they're also counting knowing that I'm likely to throw one before they get to their move, right? And that's how you catch. Luckily, I'm able to get the Hydro Pop off there to take it out. And the Swampert. And this is where the problem came, because now the Swampert is a Shadow Swampert and I'm a Shadow Abomasnow. So one Hydro Cannon is going to take me out from my health. I also only have Psycho Boost to throw at this. So I have to shield this up because they've already got one off and another one is, I'm already in the yellow. We both, they tried to snipe me and I tried to snipe them. But unfortunately that snipe just burned all my energy and took me out. So now I have to lower my attack here to take this out. It doesn't even take it out. I do get another Psycho Boost, but I'm 2-time lowered attack and I'm not going to take this. So looking back on this, I think if you have that strong of a matchup on the lead and they switch into the Sableye, you need to make that switch into Azu. Azu is such a hard punish to Sableye, so to not make that move is a big mistake on my part. And in the next battle here, we have, oh yeah, that's just my reward. I got a Regirock. So another Obstacle lead, which is another bad lead, do the same thing. And they do this again, but except this time they don't throw. They come with the Jellicent. They bank the energy. And I think future opponents just leave immediately. I know they want to like maybe throw the Night Slash or bank energy. The Night Slash doesn't do a ton of damage and the counters really add up. So if you have an Obstacle, get out of there. They come with the Jellicent thinking that they've got me in a good spot, but I am running Thunderbolt, which they were not expecting. So I had to shield that up because I want to shield back here, which I will get. I am going to eventually go down here. At this point, I'm just going to throw the Psycho Boost to try and catch them off guard to get a second shield, and I do, which is perfect. They are going to be loaded coming out of this, which isn't great because they're probably going to get the shield right back. So I'm going to come with my Abomasnow, and they're throwing already, and I'm pretty sure that this is another Shadow Ball, so I'm going to shield it up, and it is. And they come in, and the Obstacle that they banked the energy on is able to get a Night Slash off, which does an okay amount, and they get the boost. Luckily, I was already close to a move, and this is going to take it out here. Out comes Jellicent. I'm just going to throw the Weather Ball to take this out, and hoping that I can take out whatever in the back, and it is a Venusaur, and again, the spamminess of Abomasnow. Get to the Weather Ball even though it's dry on energy, take this out, Abomasnow sweeping the entire team there. So that's it. That's a team. Like I said, I really like Abomasnow in this. You just need to pair it with something that could deal with flyers and fighters. So that's why I did Deox and Azu. Good team. I may use it again tomorrow. I am doing one more team tomorrow. I want to try one of my strategies for team building, which I haven't done a series on it yet. I'm going to do it soon, is an all bulk team. Because if you do like a super bulky team, it hides some of your weaknesses as a battler, because you can just have these Pokemon that absorb a lot of damage and give you more time to think about your next move. So I want to try and do like an all bulky team. And I kind of got it from this because I looked at Deox and I looked at Azu. I'm like, man, if I threw a Umbreon or something in the lead, this is like a super bulky team. How would that perform? So I'm going to do something like that tomorrow, and if it works out, I will show you guys. If not, I will come back on Sunday with 10 teams that you guys can use for Ultra League. So that's the video. If you're still around, I appreciate you give a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate if you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.